First at 9:01, we're talking about affordable housing this morning, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The shortage of options is something being seen across the nation, and it's particularly bad right here in Grand Rapids. But this morning, the fight for more affordable housing in the city is taking a big step forward, all thanks to Hope Network. Tony Barker is a leader with the nonprofit. He's here to tell us more about the Eastpointe Commons, which is doing a grand opening today. This is a really, really cool facility. Talk to us about what Eastpointe Commons is. This is a big step for you guys, right?
That's correct. So Eastpointe Commons is a rehab of the old Fulton Manor from Holland Homes. It's a 100-year-old, roughly 100-year-old structure, and we totally rehabbed it, 118 apartments, and 42 of the units are for people with disabilities, folks who are experiencing homelessness, and folks who are escaping from domestic violence.
Yeah, this is in a really cool neighborhood too. It's
Absolutely.
right on Fulton, or is it Fuller? Is it?
It's on Fulton.
Fulton, yeah, Fulton,
Yeah.
right there, pretty close to Aquinas. I walk by.
Just down the street from Aquinas.
Yep, I walk by quite frequently actually on my route, and so I've seen kind of the building get started there, and kind of seen the project take shape there. You spoke a little bit about who will be living in this place. Can you talk about what spurred this idea? Why was there such a need that you guys said, hey, we need to renovate this building and we need to get folks in there to live?
Okay. Well, as you mentioned, housing is, the lack of affordable housing is a big deal in Grand Rapids. And Grand Rapids is one of the fastest growing cities in Michigan. And so we felt that we could make an impact. Our organization in general, we focus on folks with disabilities. We want folks to be able to live their best life, and so this was an opportunity for us to provide housing, but also set the stage for more services to consumers that might need them.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk about just the process of renovating this building? How long did it take, and what were some of the things that you guys absolutely had to have in this building?
So the project from conception is almost 5 years in the making. Securing the land, securing the financing, going through COVID, all those things that tend to happen when you're doing a project. It's a $40 million project. We worked with all local suppliers and vendors. Our contractor, main contractor, Pioneer, is local to the area. We also preserved it as a historic building. We wanted to make sure that we maintained the integrity of the structure. It's in the Eastpointe Easttown neighborhood, so it's walkable, parks, churches, all the things right around it. So it made it the perfect building for that. Yeah,
okay, so let's dive deeper into the affordable housing here in Grand Rapids. I think that's been kind of a criticism of the city recently about the lack of affordable housing, especially you were talking this morning on the morning show about just how many housing units are needed in the Grand Rapids Metro. Can you talk about, that need? And then once you add on affordable housing need, that kind of makes things exacerbated a little bit. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it really is kind of a big dilemma. Grand Rapids is one of those communities that tend to have larger homes, larger lots, and that sort of thing. So there's very few very densely populated areas. So, I know that the city has been working to change some of the zoning rules to help accommodate that. But there's probably 10,000 more units we could build in the next couple of years, and it still wouldn't be enough to meet the demand.
Wow, which is very telling. Obviously the city is growing, but of course when that growth happens, the need for affordable housing comes in. I know that this is going to serve, a specific population here, but what else is the need for affordable housing in the community in your eyes?
Well, I think we need not just affordable in terms of the lower incomes, but I think all income brackets really need to have an opportunity for housing. A lot of times we'll call it workforce housing, but I think that there's a squeeze. Folks are not moving out of their homes because they can't afford to buy up, and so that pushes pressure all the way down the whole spectrum.
Yeah, interesting concept there. Let's talk about the Eastpointe Commons here. This is going to be completely signed up for. Everybody, it's going to be full, and there's a waiting list.
Yes, it's 100% full. We accomplished that last week, and so we're very proud of that. We're hoping to do more projects. There is another piece of property that we own adjacent to that one that we might try to put another small building on that. We're exploring it right now.
Okay.
And we're looking for other opportunities within the city to build or renovate other facilities in order to accommodate folks who need housing.
Yeah, so I put a graphic here in the system, and it shows kind of some of the statistics about those who might be living as in an unhoused situation. Those folks experience, and this is right from your network here, those folks have 40% or fewer wellness visits, 150% more emergency department visits, and 160% more acute inpatient admissions. So these statistics kind of show a little bit of a link between the lack of affordable housing and a health disparity here. Can you explain that, and why is it important for us to draw attention to that?
Well, if you don't have a safe place to live, it's hard to then do the things you need to do to maintain your health. You can't keep your medications that might need to be refrigerated. You don't have a place to be at a certain time so you can take your medication. And you tend to, when the weather gets poor, you tend to go to places that will accept you. In many cases, that's the emergency room.
Yeah. Can you talk about just what you hope for the future with this building and what you hope to accomplish with this new this new complex here?
Well, we're hoping that folks will be able to be in our facility, or our community, I should say, will allow them to, at some point, for those who are in permanent supportive housing, we want them to live out their life in the building as long as they need to. For folks who are working their way up through the affordability marketplace, we hope that they will use this as a foundation and be able to eventually move on to other housing and buy other homes.
Yeah, and again, this grand opening rather, is going to be here in the next hour or so. Who will be joining you guys out there at the ceremony there?
Well, we're going to have our partners who were a part of building the building. There was a lot of organizations and individuals made this happen. I mentioned in the last segment that United Healthcare was one of the funders of the project.
Yeah.
And they saw the importance of what we just mentioned, how it will affect folks utilizing the healthcare system. And so they wanted to be a part of it. SENER Community Development is the syndicator for the project. They do projects, affordable projects throughout the state of Michigan, I think on some parts of the East Coast and the Chicago area. So they were a very pivotal part of our ability to put this project together.
Yeah, so lots of community resources, lots of community partners, and of course community resources trying to build this project here, all leveraged to kind of help this community get up and off the ground. Is there anything else I haven't asked you that you think is important to talk about, especially as it relates to this, or maybe even the Hope Network that you guys have going on?
Well, I would say this, we're a small part of Hope Network.
Yeah.
Every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, someone is getting services from a Hope Network employee across the state of Michigan. So we have Autism Center, we have the Education Corps, we have behavioral health. So we cover the spectrum of folks who are trying to live their best life.
And for this complex, if anyone wants to join that wait list, where can they go?
They can go online. I can't give you the actual
yeah, no, that's
email
okay.
address, but we're online. You can also call the Hope Network main office, and they'll direct the call to our office. They could visit the facility, which is at 1460 Fulton Avenue.
Yeah, right there on Fulton, very close to, it's right across the street from that family fair, if you're familiar with it, right by Aquinas. So
best
there you
store
go.
ever.
Yeah, there you go. Tony, we appreciate your time, and congratulations on this project. I know that you guys must be really excited about this next venture.
We're thrilled.
All right, well, we appreciate it.